welcome to another episode of Darachat, except it's solo time because I'm awesome. Uh, Don't try to point it right like that, and it doesn't it doesn't work first off the bat. So, how is everyone today? I had a great day today because, well, weather and whatnot. So that's always the fun part. Um, but yeah, there we go. I always have to be careful because I don't want to hear my own voice while I'm talking because then you have this echo back. Echo, echo back. Yeah. Just gotta go over my things. And there we are. Now, there were some things I saw other people trying to do. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but let's see. Okay, those are good. No! I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. Ah, pin on timer? How do you, what? I don't get it. There's still a lot for me to learn. I gotta learn how to highlight a chat because I don't know. I don't know how to do it, and no one's taught me. So anyway, on to the show, though. I hope everyone is had a great day. I know my day was pretty good. It wasn't like fantastic, wonderful. I just won the lottery, but hey, you can always try. I think I did help a little bit with a troublesome thing and all that stuff. But yeah, so I had my own troubles, my own earlier today. Not with uh, not with this. So what happened was is I watch Rumble either on PC like I am now, or I use my phone, the not the app but mobile. And so for a while now, I don't know if it's been an update or I've done something wrong, but I can't open live chat in the mobile web portion of Rumble. And I can open it in the app. I can see live chat in the app, but I can't see it in the mobile web version. So I had to do a little sending to support on Rumble, and they responded back. I did what they asked. Still had the same issue. Um, and then they kind of asked like all the tech stuff because you have to give them some sort of detail. They can't read minds, obviously. And so I did all that. I did what they asked, and then it didn't work. And then they came back and said, "Can you just take a picture of it?" Now, obviously, I have an iPhone, so I'm using the iPhone portion of it. But the thing of it is that taking a picture of what's wrong really is only like maybe half of the thing. Like you could take a picture of you pressing on to where you want to go, and then not and that'd be a so I decided to use the screen recording that the iPhone has, obviously. And then I took a video of me trying to do a few different live streams because you need to do more than one just to show. So I gave that information to them, and they've responded back maybe an hour ago and just said we're gonna send it up to our development team and have them go from there, because it's really hard to want to donate, or sorry, it's really hard to want to do a Rumble rant when you can't access the live chat. And of course, it's not a complaint. It's just letting you know that I had technical issues too. There was another person on Twitter X that had technical issues, and I can't resolve them, but I can just ask questions. And of course, Rick Rack, who is part of the Rumble team, had asked questions as well. So I appreciate the customer support that Rumble has, even though for some it's not the greatest. However, I do believe there's a way of going about it. Um, I really wish they would just have an ambassador or somebody that would be less less on the technical side and more on the customer service side. Not to saying that what they have is good now. It's just that when a customer service side, you need to like, oh, so this is the problem. Yeah, that's understandable. We'll try to get to it. It won't be right away, but we're going to get it because people, when there are issues about, I know there are troll people. I know there are hateful people. I know there are people that are, they don't really care about the platform. They don't really care about growth. They just care about complain, which that's part of the world we live in. But if you really want something done, you're going to have to uh, as a customer service, you're supposed to respond well enough that they're heard, and that you tell them, I have sent it to our team at Rumble. They're going to work on it, and hopefully I can have an answer back to you sometime. Coding is not an easy gig. If you've done coding, I took what was it? I took coding to like Code Academy or whatever. And man, I tell you, I wanted to give up within the first few days. So what they're doing is a little more than what I do. But if there was someone who knew how to code and they complained about the back end and all that stuff, but there's like, well, why don't you just go work for them? I'm pretty sure you could get paid pretty well if you did. They're like, no, 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 I just want to complain. It's like, really? I mean, I get it if it's been called out many times and they're not getting to it. They have other things they have to get to, but there's a line between annoying trollish and con, good faith concern. And I'd like to play on the side that's good faith concern, because if Rumble wants to grow as a platform, they have to focus on the needs instead of the wants. And I know they just opened a new place in Washington D.C., so that's kind of great. It shows there's some growth. My issue is that back end stuff, payment stuff, making sure that's in a timely manner, issues with the app, mobile web, all this stuff, TV apps. There's a whole lot of stuff, and I know people are expecting to be like on top of it, on it now, get it done. They're expecting to be like YouTube, because Rumble does get um, compared to YouTube a lot of times. And obviously, YouTube has been around for quite a long time, so that's the only comparison people have to have an equivalency to, even though it's not really equivalent, because one is billions of people, one's millions of people. And so I want Rumble to succeed, and if it needs to be called out, I will do that personally. However, I don't want to just be negative right from the get-go and it mean nothing. I Hello back. Yes, hello. But sorry, I gotta say hello. But yeah, it's ooh, it didn't get that one. Bad, bad, bad. It missed one. Um, Rumble Studio, sorry. But anyway, the thing of it is, for me, is that there are a lot of people who do complain, who have good faith complaints, and you want them to be heard. You want Rumble to be able to say, like, hey, here's our support line, go to it. Hopefully they'll walk through the process and all that stuff. And that's the elevate the situation, right? Like, if a problem is persists and it can't be fixed by support or whatever, then it elevate to the development team, and they go from there and they do the configuration, right? Because you want people to be heard on an issue on your platform, which you want to grow and succeed. And yes, yeah, all these big names like Rice Gum or whatever, fine, I get that. But could we get people who you want not to discredit and discern Rumble? I mean, yeah, you can see all the mean things you want, that's fine. But if you have these people who don't really care and are just in it for the paycheck, which obviously I'm not, because I've only made close to 50 cents, so I don't think I'm in it for the paycheck. How much money did you get? Well, I got more money than you on YouTube. What do you have on YouTube? Nothing. What do you have Rumble? Well, do you have 2 quarters on you? That's all I got. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Okay, Missy. Anyway, um, but yeah, it's one of those things where I really this is the idea I had. I think I've said it before. I'll say it again. I really do believe, instead of getting these high name whatever as contracted to Rumble, they really should have ambassadors. My idea of an ambassador is, yes, they have a quota to fill. If they stream, they got to stream a certain amount of hours on Rumble, or do this whole split thing, whichever agreement they come to with the person. But an ambassador can act like a wall, not a wall, but sort of like a gated fence where like if someone has a complaint of a technical or whatever, because that's what support is, right? The support is supposed to go support, but these are sort of the people who can what's the word? They can talk to like a normal person, right? Like some of these people who are in tech, they may not know. I mean, I'm not perfect. Don't get me wrong. I'm not perfect. The thing of it is though, is that they may not know how to speak on a personal level. Not saying they don't, just saying it. They might not know. I don't know. I don't know these people. Duh. Just the person on the internet. The thing of it is though, is that it feels like at times people aren't being heard if there's a complaint. And again, I get it. The comparison to YouTube is going to be there. It's going to happen because YouTube has been there since how long? Hold on, I gotta look up something. I gotta look up how long YouTube's been around because I don't remember. Because YouTube was first its own thing, and then it became uh oh 2005. Wow, that is a long time. Yeah. God, oh dear Lord, here we go. Here, yeah, yeah, sure you are. Yeah, someone's like a little high and mighty themselves, smoking a little too much peace pipe. But anyway, but yeah, YouTube's been around since 2005. Holy crap! I was 2005. It's 2024. 24. Yes, 2024. So about 19 years. It was 19 years. So it's probably somewhere in my 20s. Uh, for that. So yeah, that's a long time. But then again, that's almost 20 years. And Rumble's probably been around maybe half that. So to get where it's going, it had to be around for quite a long time. Again, good faith, good faith, constructive criticism, fine. That's what should be the case. If you're just gonna be horribly negative, if you're gonna be trollish or whatever, then you're not really there to help. Yeah, I get it. There's stories I've heard of people not getting paid. No, you aren't. I did not admit. It's called sarcasm. You should learn that sometime. Anyway, you should learn it sometime. Anyway, it's gonna be a fun night. Anyway, the point of the matter is that there are people who want it to be like YouTube, and don't get me wrong. I've been in that situation myself, but I want it to do its own thing the Rumble way. Um, but yes, there have been stories I've heard about people not getting paid at a reasonable time. I am nowhere near the limit to even get to pay out, so I can't experience it by any measure. So I can't help. Yeah, yeah, keep it up, keep it up. Talking to someone in chat. Sorry, I apologize. Um, but but yeah, it's just I haven't experienced that. When I talked to Jessica Reloaded, right, when she was on, either was when I was on with her or she was on with me, she had said that it was months and months of her getting anything from it. And for me, that's a red flag, right? It should not. I mean, the phone only. Okay, I'll grant you that, but that's because everyone wants you, and in a not so uh, clean way. Um, but anyway, but dang it, it's gonna be a night and a half. Um, but yeah, but when you have something like that, because I think YouTube is like they do theirs. I don't know if it's set, like if a day is set for an individual to get their money or have their money sent to them, but it feels like with those stories come out, whether they be the rare fruit, whatever, that shouldn't be the case. Never should a platform mess with your money earned on it. Yes, take your cut. All right, take the platform takes a cut for having you on, for you being on there and all that stuff. That's fine. But when that cut is taken at a reasonable time, the money needs to be there, right? Like, because I personally don't want to hear that people aren't getting their money. I mean, unless it's like someone who is just being willy nilly and really not in good faith. But if someone's coming in good faith saying, "Hey, look, I've hit the requirements to get a payout. I have not gotten a payout. I would like that payout to go to PayPal," which I really wouldn't trust on that, but there's so few payout things left. It's unconsidering. I don't know why there's not like a direct deposit into someone's bank, but what do I know? Um, but yeah, but a platform should never mess with someone's money because they're putting their time into your platform to create more and to earn money from and all this stuff. And that can be very uh, harmful to the platform because they'll be looked at such a disdain that a red flag is there. And if support isn't helping, and I'm not saying they aren't, I'm just saying if in this instance support isn't helping in getting your money to you, whether it's a resolution by, I think I had mentioned this to the recording once, that some people had talked about the same situation, and he said he'd gotten Drunk 3PO and another content creators, but part of it was I think a wrong address, whatever. So there's stuff like that. Stuff happens that can be on either end. It's just that there needs to be a resolution without ego, without any emotional stuff. It's just the money thing is a big issue, very big issue. Um, things brought to it that tries to get it on the equation of YouTube, while understandable, there has to be a sense of patience because again, YouTube is almost 20 years old, and I believe Rumble is. Oh, God, I'm going to look this up. Why? Why didn't I look this up before? Okay. Uh, uh company. Haha. 2013. Okay, so that's about 11 years old. So they're getting up there. They are getting up there. So yeah, I'll show it. I'll show it. I'll show it. I'll show it. So you can see. And then boom. Nope, that's the wrong one. And then presentation. I gotta find. Okay. So it says right here, 2013, for Rumble, founded in like 11 years ago. I'm gonna go to YouTube. And YouTube has been around since 2005. So it'd be about 19 years. That's the year behind. So 19 years. So that's got about an eight-year start. Uh, um, there we are. What? What? You could be a nice little. Um, but yeah. So it's just stuff like that that just gets uh kind of disappointing. But again, I'd rather be helpful than just downplay every time because if it's all negative, nothing's gonna change, and that's true with anything else in life. So, but yeah, I uh, see where did I start making content? I'm gonna have to go back against my own stuff, aren't I? Really gonna have to go back. I have to go content. Let's see. My first video was in May. Okay, so May. So I started creating stuff in May. But when did I make? When did I start doing live streaming? Oh, August. So live streaming in August, but I started making content stuff on um hold on, I gotta go back to my stuff. Okie dokie. Okay. So so I started the video stuff I made in May of 2023, and then I didn't start live streaming till August. So I've been live streaming for September, October, November, December, January, February, 7 months. Wow. And then for the video content, which I haven't really, made like a record video, whatever. May, that's 5. So 7, so almost 10 months. So wow, and I've accomplished a lot in 7 months. See, so for me, content creation is still an unknowable factor because of this, right? Like, oh, someone opened the door. Anyway, the content creation is this unknowable factor that, I mean, it's partially knowable, but it's partially unknowable because you have to figure out what you're going to talk about. Obviously, because this sort of podcasting thing, right? Like, I talk about just about anything, and then I talk with other people just about anything. Um, I try to, maybe something pops up or whatever. I just ramble until something comes up. Like, I pull a stone from the deep well, and it's very cold, and I use that to keep things cold. But yeah, content creation is one of those things where I sometimes doubt myself in making it, because I don't, I don't know if I can keep this going. I don't know if people still want to watch my stuff. I try to make connections, networking and stuff, like having people on, trying to get people on. That's always the difficulty is, people are either weary, they don't know what you got, don't know what you're about, and we try to explain. It's sort of like, but what do you want to start with? It's like, well, we could start with, a little bit about you and then just kind of go from there. I like the free flowing of a conversation because everyone has an opportunity to, I'll go off this tangent or pick something from what was said and then go off another. It's just, ends the stream sort of thing. And, I do sometimes kind of get, uh, was it downtrodden because, it feels like some days I don't have anything or I can't get anyone to come on, and I don't want to fully rely on that. But you just kind of start doubting that you have something that people even want to watch. Because how many gaming channels are there out there? How many politic channels are there out there? How many uh, podcast channels are there? I mean, I'm no professional. I don't have like the side microphone in my face right here, or up here or whatever. My microphone comes from my camera, and to be honest with you, if it sounds good or not, just let me know. But so far it sounds good. I haven't had too many complaints. But the thing of it is, it's like it, 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 it's this constant inner struggle with yourself. It's kind of like you kind of have to come to a compromise to yourself, and like, what, two questions I've asked other people, but I have to ask myself too, is like, what am I going in for? What am I creating content for? Anything's content nowadays. You could make a fart machine and content for just push a content a fart button just every once in a while. Be like, oh my gosh, whew, oh man, lay down the burritos, dude. Goodness. but uh, but yeah, it's just one of those things where you kind of come to a point of doubting because you aren't sure, and then you feel unimpressed with yourself because it's like, oh, I don't have the big numbers like all those other people or whatever. I'm like, but why am I trying to compare myself to others? Why am I not making this just for me to enjoy and talk with others? Why does it have to be a comparison? Why do I have to compare myself to others who maybe they were only for a short period of time and they got thousands of people following them? Maybe they've been in it for a long time and I've only gotten 1,000 people out of it. Why do I need to compare myself? What am I really going for if I compare myself to others on this measure? And it does kind of get disheartening. And that's for every content creator, because I know some people are coming into it to make big moolah, right? Like they want to make the big cash because they see other people do it and they're like, oh man, I wish I could make $100,000 and all this stuff. Like, yeah, but is that the only reason why you want to do this? Like, there are people out there who do it as sort of a supplement to like their full-time stuff or whatever. Even if they get paid very little, it's like side cash, like a side hustle. Like, this is my lemonade stand and I'm trying to sell different varieties of lemonade. I got cherry lemonade, I got strawberry lemonade, I got all kinds of lemonade. Come on down, come on, get some lemonades, that sort of thing. But yeah, I'm I've got to stop the comparison factor because I will succeed in regards to whatever. I'm not looking to be the stepping stool, using people as a stepping stool. I want to be this I want to be this channel that, yeah, podcasty like with bringing people on, but I want to. I know this is going to sound bad because I don't want it to be, but sort of like I want to collect people's stories. Maybe if they're only on here once, or if they're on here multiple times, their stories are here, and then maybe on their own channels, or maybe they're not. Some people aren't content creators, and though so there's if I get them on here, their story they get to tell, the conversation they get to have with me and me back with them, that story is there, unless the platform deletes it, which I hope not. But the story is there, and I get to hold the story of somebody who doesn't really care about social media or whatever, but they said, "Hey, I'll come on, I'll talk with you a little bit," and they do, and now I'm a holder of their story. I'm a holder of the time we had together, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate people who watch too, because you get to be a part of it. And yes, there's a replay and whatever, so you get to be part of it in that sense, but you get to be a part of that. And that's something amazing. There was an idea I had a long time ago about just getting like a camera, right? And then going, across the United States and sitting down with people and having interviews with whatever. But it's like, man, that's a lot of money. And I don't think people would do that outright. This Patreon and all this stuff, but I don't think, how could I get good at interviewing someone or talking to someone or whatever, being a conversationalist? And that was sort of my uh, thing to myself, is like, I'll be the best conversationalist content creator there is. That way, one day, hopefully, people will be like, hey, I'd like to come on. And it doesn't matter if you're big or low. I've said this 1,000 times over. Well, that's an exaggeration, but I've said this 1,000 times over, and I'll keep saying it. Even if you're a big, low creator, non-creator, uh, just watch for fun, whatever. If you want to chat, I'm open for it. We'll have it here. We'll talk about silly stuff like stuff like Beanie Babies and Tickle Me Elmos of the '90s and all that. It's just the the field is vast and wide, and I want to be a part of that. I want to reach for that, but it's so disheartening to myself because, again, measuring up to others, where I I don't know if I can do it, or I don't know if I have the what's the thing? I don't know if I have the mental capabilities to become that successful. I don't know. It's all that self-doubt stuff, right? Like, it's just tons and tons of self-doubt and all that jazz. And it just, you could be your best friend and your worst critic. And that's how it goes sometimes. And so that's why I decided to kind of do this. I know there's probably be something like this later on, like, oh, day 2005, I've made enough content to make me cry a river, blah 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 blah. But you also see there are content creators I've watched who also were making live streams and content on Rumble, and then all of a sudden they just stop. And there's never truly a reason given of why, or if they'll even multi-stream to more than one platform. Because I just don't think that's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea to stream to only one platform, to have your content on one platform, and that be that. Anything you should focus on is educating or inform. Yeah, no, I totally get, because for me, I just want to be able to have a conversation with others like yourself, General Duality, just to just to ramble on for 2 hours, just to ramble on for 2 hours about anything, and just have it feel like a natural, organic thing, and that, again, you'd want to come back on and have it again, because that's the point of it. That's the gist I'm trying to go for. I know it's kind of difficult for people to understand, but I try to give it in the simplest form. Is for me, is to hear this other person. You may not have heard it, and maybe you'll follow them. Maybe they create something or whatever. I don't know. But we get to have a moment, or maybe multiple moments, maybe on. But we get to have this moment, and we get to be two people talking about whatever, almost whatever, because YouTube, TOS stuff. But we get to be two people talking about stuff, and we get to laugh. We get to dig in, like I did, not digging too much, but get stuff, conversations like with Miss Jen, all this stuff. And we can walk away two capable human beings with our life experiences, with our life perspectives, on either end, and not all this debating, not all this argument, not all this one-upmanship, because in the end, you're going to be dead. I don't know if anyone hasn't told you recently, but you're going to. I wonder, I'll have to do that another time. But you're gonna be dead someday. So why would you want to put yourself in this bubble of being sort of a negative, the best? Like, it's in self-improvement, all for it. I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to better my eating habits and all this stuff, and it's not really. Uh, so I'm gonna try this. Hey, General, I'm gonna try. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Now I know. Now it's. Oh, thank you, General Duality. Thank you. So that's how I do it. I know how to put a comment up on the screen now. Had to go through that. Uh, the more you know. Um, where was I? But yeah, for me, that's the ultimate goal, is to connect with more people, to have more people on. I have, through YouTube and Rumble, I have connections. I have the door to connect to millions of people, millions upon millions of people. And maybe some of them, maybe a majority don't want to talk to me, or maybe won't come on to stream or whatever. But the point is I can connect to these people. I can talk to these people like General Duality. I can talk to these people like Sugar. I can talk to these people like Toasty or whatever, or Jen or whatever. And we get to be two people sitting across from each other, just shooting the crap. Well, they say shooting the shite, but I'm not too. Yeah. I'm just. I'm gonna post that to shame you, sir. Shame you. No, thank you though. I have to have a good laugh. But yeah, and I know, and I understand. Don't get me wrong. I understand. People want to know what it's going to be about. My thing is that I don't really know. But isn't it exciting when you get to sit down with someone, and yeah, we start with the introductions, right? We'll start with introductions, and then we can go on this canoe trip down a river. Well, there's a deer over there, right? There's a few uh, rare trees that probably have been sitting in a while. There's some dude down the way fishing in the stream with his long pole. There's all this stuff down the scenic way, and it can go on for hours. Almost, I'm pretty sure someone's gonna get tired. But the point of the matter is that this thing can be and go, and you start seeing somebody like, there's no rage, there's no anger, there's no you're right, I'm wrong, so we're It's just two people who have different perspectives on the world, and we can sit down and talk. How funny is that? Social media has turned us sort of into these arguing minstrels about trying to prove who's right. I'm either right or wrong. There's no guarantee I'll be either or at, well, maybe at the same time. That's a rarity, but still, the point of the matter is the point of the matter the point of the matter is this is what I'm trying to aim for. This is why I say at every end of stream, episode, whatever, is if you want to come on, you want to come on, DM me. DM me on the fan account on Twitter X. DM me on Discord. Leave a comment on any of the platforms that my stuff is on. I don't care. I will try to get to you. I will try to ask if you'll come on. And if you don't, that's fine. You can watch. You can, the best way to help is to, come watch, or leave a like, leave a comment, follow, whatever. But to have the opportunity, just think about it. So I did my own mini Rumble raid Friday, and I think I may do another one this Friday, but instead of just, doing it as sort of, well, it wasn't anonymous, but instead of just doing it without showing, I may do a mini Rumble raid and just kind of show like small content creators that have like a few people watching. I think it was like one or two people were watching this person, right? Rachel Bot Gaming, I think was the name. I gave them $2, and they followed me after. They didn't have to follow me. I didn't have to give them $2, but I was like, you know what? A while back, when Flawed and Chris Pavlovsky did their own Rumble raid, I thought, well, isn't that a great idea, right? Like if you just did one day or an hour or whatever, and you said like you did $2 each, right? Like it had $100, you did $2 for each or whatever, because there is a limit. There is a limit how much you can give before your thing comes up stating you must verify your card. Which Rumble, I'd really like to know how to clear that because my money in my account is good. The money is good. It's there. So why it needs to be verified, I don't know if it's a Rumble thing, whatever. So hopefully Rumble will be able to figure that out. Because I'm calling you out right now. But just to see how much $2 could do, there was another lady who was just, it wasn't the best setup, but she was there talking, telling about her stuff, all that stuff. Gave her $2. She was grateful. She was grateful. And she didn't have to say anything to me. I just gave it because I personally want Rumble to succeed. Doesn't mean it's not going to be messy. It is, unfortunately. But I want Rumble to succeed. I don't want it to be YouTube. I don't want it to be Kick. I want it to be its own thing. But I also don't want them to skip people along the way, not listen to the problems that are there, like the pay problem, right? If there are content creators out there that have a payment issue, or they're not getting their pay because after hitting the requirements, because I don't know the requirements, I think it's like you have to hit 50 or whatever. I don't know the requirements. Please look up the requirements in the FAQ section or whatever on Rumble and find out from there. If you've hit those requirements and whatever those requirements are, and you're not getting your pay or you're not getting things on a timely manner, that's when I would be concerned. That's a red flag for me as someone who's trying to create content. I haven't hit it. I'm not even close. I got 2 quarters to my name in this place, but it's more than YouTube. It's more than YouTube. So my thing is that Rumble has a long way to go. It is 8 years behind YouTube and how long it's been around. I just showed you 2005, 2013. That's quite a time. That's 8 year difference. So as long as we go, but it's going to get there. I believe in its possibility. I have stock in that possibility. I donate more. I give more super chats on Rumble. I give more money at the Rumble rants on Rumble than I would YouTube. I have memberships of people I follow on Rumble than YouTube. Yes, the same amount, except there are tiers. I believe there are tiers of subscription. I think. I I don't remember. Anyway, the point of the matter is that I believe in what I believe in the possibilities that Rumble has. Yes, could it be less political? Sure, but it's a catch-22, right? If you want to be less political, then make content that's non-political on the platform, right? Like, of course, it's an election season, right? So you got all this stuff. So it's just going to be what it is for now. But my thing is that if you want there to be less political content, then make non-political content. DIYs, painting, all this stuff. Just whatever's non-political, make it. This platform, this platform is for many to mold and create, and there's a community. There's a community behind it, right? Like Pudge TV. Pudge TV was on here. Ages Fuse or Fused Ages. I think that's how I say it. Ages is on here. He's got a guild or whatever. They're making a community. How you don't see that with YouTube. Maybe with Kick, but with YouTube you don't really see that. This community, small community of people getting behind this platform. That yes, growing pains. Yes, sometimes they may not listen or mishear or whatever, but they're getting there. They're getting there. I can't promise you anything because I'm not in the system. I want to help as best I can, but I'm not in the system. They ain't gonna listen to me straight away. I mean, again, that's why I bring up that ambassador thing. Will it happen? Don't know. If they want to use it, I give it to them freely. I give the ambassador idea to Rumble freely because I want it to succeed. I want to see its growth. I want it to see it become more than just thought of as just a political box off, right? Like it's the penalty box no one wants to be in. It's like another political stinking video of this or that or whatever. I totally get it. I totally get it. You know, um, and there's technical aspects too, obviously. Duh. But this the whole thing with Rumble Studios, right? Rumble Studios is a game breaker because of course you could have StreamYard, but you kind of have to pay for a certain amount for StreamYard. With Rumble Studios, it's free, and you can connect to like was it Rumble, YouTube, X, Kick, Twitch, and I think you can do your so there's about 6 different places you can connect to with Rumble Studio, and it's all free. It's all free and it's out in public. Of course, there's still some issues. So Rumble Studio issues, right? I'm just gonna do this right now so that if they want a video, it's here. Rumble Studio issues. One, you cannot it would be nice if you could keep up the picture if your camera's off, right? Like if your camera goes off or you turn off your camera, your screen goes down, but your voice is still heard. The screen should still be up, or at least allowed to still be up, right? And there was and I was just in one of I was in Dan and Dirt's live stream, and he said something that makes sense is to have the KISS standard, make it keep it simple stupid. Apple's great at that because they have that ability to make the complex simple. That was whole Steve Jobs thing, was to make the complex simple looking. Like the innards were complex, but the outside was smooth and sleek and beautiful. Now, people have their different opinions about Apple, but that's neither here nor there. The point of the matter is that to keep it simple and smooth. So, one, the keep the screen to allow you the ability to keep the screen up, uh, even if you turn the camera off. Like to have StreamYard where they have that avatar pulse and all this stuff. That would be great. That'd be great. Two, sometimes the chat thing in Rumble Studios misses a chat. I have both my windows open to make sure if something's missed or not. So you kind of have that right there. Um, I'm not sure of layout stuff or whatnot. I don't personally use layouts because I'm just easy, simple. I'm easy, simple farmer Tom. I'm just here to be on and look pretty. Uh, but again, it's just keeping it simple, keeping it workable, not so much complication of like here, here, here. I get there. A lot of people want a lot of what's the word? Like advanced setting stuff, something in that realm. But it shouldn't be so difficult that you can't look at it and say, "Oh, uh, that's I can't figure that out." Blah 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 blah. It should be like how the iPhone is just done done, few simple steps done. I don't know if they can do that. I'm not saying they can't. I just don't know if they can. I know the separation of the Rumble Studios thing is kind of a bit separate from like what Rick Rack is doing, but I believe in it. I believe in this possibility. And if they keep now, obviously, for Rumble Studios, if there are extras they want to charge for, that's fine. I believe, it keeping the base of it free while giving these extra options that can enhance or be extras that you like to add, as long as they're not like deal breaker things where like I'm not talking like cosmetic armor sort of thing, but sort of like you can have more people on after a certain point. Like having nine people on in the free part, that beats out uh no I think it's 10. No, how many is it in uh StreamYard? I think it's 10. Yeah, I think it's 10 for the uh but again, you have to pay StreamYard in order to do more than 2 links. Again, Rumble Studio, you can do 6 links for free. Even if you don't like it after the first try, at least you tried it. And that's the point. That's the point. So content creation for me will always be a struggle because I'll always feel like I need to, not need to, but always feel like when there are times where things aren't uh, like I'm stuck on trying to get somebody on, or I'm trying to have a discussion about anything of whatever, about anything. You kind of get discouraged from there, and it can make things difficult. But at the end of the day, I get to enjoy this. I get to go across to many people. Whoever crosses this, the door is always open to have a chat stream with me. I don't care if you're big or small. I'm gonna try. I think this Friday when I come on, because Wednesday I have a guest on. Her name is Jess. I was on a show with her on her channel through StreamYard, which I used to. I don't use anymore. I wish you were able to at least record a video through Rumble Studios because StreamYard allows that to do that too. But maybe that could be an extra thing because I know clipping was gonna be one of them. Um, but for me, I I see the potential that can happen and all that greatness. Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, Jess is Wednesday at 9 p.m. my time, 6 p.m. hers because she's in the Pacific, so California time. What up, bro? And then Friday, I may do my own mini rumble, uh, mini rumble raid. Uh, so I don't think I'll have a lot of people watching me to bring over to the person I go to, but I will be donating, and it's only gonna be like $2, sometimes a little more. I did do like what was that? I did do like maybe 10-ish bucks to Aussie Overlord, uh, just because I've seen around more than most, but just going to a random gaming, uh, not the 24-hour ones, because the 24/7 ones are there's nobody there, per se. But just to go to someone who's streaming a game or just talking about something that they like, and then donating $2, and then just like wishing them a good day, and hope that they have the rest of the great night. Whether they follow you or not doesn't matter. The point is you've just created an opportunity in a growing community that can be great, that can make Rumble great. And it's not to say it should carry Rumble totally because Rumble has to carry itself too, technology wise and all this stuff. But you get to show people that there are people watching and listening and maybe give some opportunity to be seen. And you want to have that. Yeah, not everything you see out of a person or others is going to be up to your liking. That's fine. But just to know that someone came by your stream, donated $2, said, you know what? It's almost the weekend. I hope you have a great night. Let's go Rumble. Boom. You made someone's night. That simple. And yeah, I don't have a lot of money too. Some of it's coming out of my own pocket. Again, I only I only have 2/4 of my name on Rumble, but the point of the matter is I'm investing in this future. I mean, yes, I have Rumble stock, but I'm investing in showing people that hey, this place multi-stream to it. Give it a shot. That's right, Happy Mars. That's right. Heck yeah. I just gotta put that in the chat. But anyway, but yeah, it's just like to support. You people think you have to give a lot to do so. You don't. Give a few moments of your time. Maybe donate some money if you want to. Saying a few kind words, cheering them on, giving their channel a like or a follow if you want. Either of the three or all three doesn't matter. The point of the matter is that you've just showed somebody that it's possible. Not everyone's going to become the multimillionaire, multi, uh, streamer, content creator, whatever. The point is, though, is that maybe something they have is worth hearing out, worth listening to. That's why I do those chat streams. I don't know if people have gone to see those people after I've had a chat stream with them. And yeah, I kind of have to get better in putting in the description like their links and stuff because I haven't done that. I've just more of just said like, hey, promote yourself, blah blah blah, and all that stuff. But the thing of it is with Happy Mars. If Happy Mars wanted to come on and do a chat stream with me, more than welcome to. General Duality is always welcome back, and I think he said he would, to be honest. But I don't want to do it too close to the last time. I try to give space. Uh, the Jewess or Jewy is always welcome to come on and have a chat. Oh, thank you. Hey, Happy Mars, you are the first person Okay, all right, yeah, I get that. Okay. I am not an artiste person. Any art I put on the wall would be kind of bland. I know having maybe a poster, maybe a poster would work, but thank you. As you are the first person to ever donate to me. So wear that proud. I'm gonna pin you up. I'm gonna pin you up. I'm gonna pin you up. Happy Mars is probably the first person. It is actually no, forget it. Happy Mars is the first person to ever donate any money whatsoever. Any money. And that's okay. I'll probably give a follow back, but I'll do that after. Um, but see, I last Friday, this is what I did to so many other people, and I wish them well. Yeah, because he's cool like that, or she, whichever. But that's what I did for some people, and sometimes that's all it takes. That's really all it takes, and you'd be surprised of how a few words and a few dollars can improve someone's mood and keep them going. Again, not everyone is content creation is going to make millions of thousands. Most people won't even make enough to live off it, and I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I would not do this. If I did this, I would still have a part-time job because you cannot fully trust that this will be around for long. Always reinvest in something else so that you can have something else making money and all this stuff. But that's for another time. I'm not some account person. I don't know. So, but yeah, happy Mars. If you ever want to come and have a chat stream, you let me know. Uh, Discord, DM me at Daramuth or Veramuth at Twitter X. You just let me know, man. Um, but yeah, it, this thing of encouragement can go far. Just doesn't have to cost a thing if you don't want it to. But that's what I'll do. Come Friday, I'll be doing my own mini Rumble raid because again, I'm not rich on any stature, but some are. I'll look into posters. Happy Mars. I don't know. I'll look at movie posters or whatever. Who does Rumble? I look at me and people have been really nice, even though I don't make content. Dude, I have talked to non-content people before either, so the offer still stands either way. Um, but yeah, I'll try to find something with color because I just can't put any nails because I don't own the place. I rent a room, so I can't. You know how that goes. Anyway, but yeah, that's the connection, the connection with people. Even though I may never meet them in person. Obviously, well, I better pin it. Just he said it. So that's what he said. That's what he said. Oh, that's right. I got to unpin it from the top. Dang it. All right. So the uh now you got me on posters thinking about what kind of color can I put back there? Oh man, I'm gonna have to go to Hobby Lobby or something. But anyway, the connection is the important part. And like Happy Mars said, it's a community. You may find that on Kick, maybe Twitch, even though it's kind of an wreck in itself. But think about YouTube, right? Like you make your own community or whatever, but think about that. Compare it to Rumble, and Rumble has a small thing, smaller than billions, because that's what YouTube is billions. Has a small thing, and yet it has a community behind it that wants to see it be great. YouTube has had almost 20 years. And because they've been owned by Google, they've kind of fallen off the wagon. So you'll see all this censorship and stuff. And yes, I know, as Gary from Nerdrotic said, YouTube is where the bread is buttered. While I get it, don't keep to one platform. Because I'm tired of hearing these people saying, oh, I've been demonetized. Oh, I've been banned. Oh, whatever. And you don't use other platforms to your benefit. This world is not kind, I'm sorry to say. And if you find some manager who treats you well, that's fine, whatever. But don't this would be my only don't to content creators. Don't keep your stuff on one platform. I don't care if you back up to one place, whatever, or try to keep something new coming in. But don't keep yourself to one place. Please, please be smart. You wouldn't invest in stocks right? You wouldn't invest in one stock. You wouldn't put all your eggs in one stock and hope to pray that over time it'd be the greatest. No, you multi-invest. That's what I do. Even though I'm not the greatest, I just like pick. Mostly stuff that gives dividends, but I'm probably sure it'll bite me in the butt. But don't keep your stuff to one place. Please, I'm begging you. For all the brains you have, all the brains I have, for all the brains everyone has, don't keep your stuff to one platform. Get it out there. Back it up to a place. Do something special for whatever. I mean, the quartering for all his worth and what he does to keep his lifestyle. I was just complaining about YouTube, and as far as I'm concerned, okay, I'm gonna pull it up so people can see. Okay, so he says Jordan Peterson was just complaining about YouTube. As far as I'm concerned, you have to know what YouTube is at this point. Get on. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I knew I'd go with like Jeremy saying he says new tech, but you're not wrong. You know, you have these content creators like, YouTube is doing this. My stuff is demonetized. It might have been an accident. Let me try to get banned. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. There are people who get banned and they can't get YouTube's attention because they're so small. And it's like, did you only have all your stuff on one platform? Yes, you are an idiot. That's the only time I'll call you an idiot. Don't have your stuff on one platform. The sync thing between YouTube and Rumble is kind of dispatched because of Google. So blame Google for that. So you have to manually upload. But at the end of the day, don't. You're a content creator. Don't keep your stuff on one platform. You are shooting yourself in the foot, and once that foot is gone, you're gonna fall into the grave, and that's gonna be the end of it. No one's gonna be able to help you. No one can hear. It's the same with Twitter X, right? Like I know Facebook and all stuff. I don't really care about Facebook. I I, I think in that regard, I'm sticking to sort of one place, but or Discord, whatever. The point of the matter is with what was it? Twitter X. My account got suspended. No reason given. Not even a smidgen. Like, what did I do? Ask many times. 11 or 12th appeal. Nothing. Elon doesn't run Twitter X. He just drops by. So this hard enough not to trust that. And there's no amnesty either. Sorry to tell you. You know, things like bringing Trump back on and bringing Alex Jones back on, those were whims of the people. At the end of the day, they can still get banned off. They are not safe. No one is safe. But for me, I do agree. Stop whining. Stop crying. Stop stop saying YouTube won't treat you right or whatever, or Rumble won't treat you right. Like I get why some people will only stream to Rumble, and that's fine. That's their choice. But when it comes to this stuff, they get banned or hit with something or whatever, and they just complain, but they didn't multi-stream to other platforms where it could be there. You are the problem. You are the issue. Or at least for in that part. If it's the platform, then yeah, then a problem. But if you're not big enough, YouTube's not going to hear you on Twitter X. They don't care about you enough. They got dozens of other multi-million followers on there of other content creators, and they're like, they pay their money. Feel like at a while, YouTube is just another animatronic going bad. It's like stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's content creation is a yeah, I until it gets better on its technical aspect, I'll slightly disagree. I will slightly sorry, I'll show. I'll show what he says. So yeah, but obviously because there have been people who complain and get knocked off or whatever. My point being, my nose is starting out. I talk too much. My reason being is that even Rumble has its issues. Still need to be called out when they need to be. But it also needs to be built up on a constructive level, not this negative, like, you guys aren't doing anything right sort of thing. And I just like, well, calmly just give me what the issue is and we'll go from there. Uh, I think I would do well in customer support, but getting called the devil almost all the time would not be greatest. So you're the devil. I'm just trying to help you out, man. Can you just calm down? Can you just calm down a little bit? mm, but yeah, definitely, yeah. Content creation isn't easy. If you do it for fun or do it for hobby, that's great. That's sort of an out to like doing it for a full time job because people who do it full time job, I'm sorry to tell you, man, you should not do content creation for full time unless you're like millions. Unless you're like Markiplier millions, right? But even then, I still wouldn't do it for full time. You've got to have something else. You got to have something else. You got to be smart. Be smart about it. Be smart about your money. Be smart about content creation like you'd be smart about your money. If you're not smart about your money, then if you make content, then yeah, content creation wouldn't be as of that regard. So okay. Okay. I've got to put up my text to now of course my stuff is in the description. So you can go and find that stuff there. Click on the links. Again, if you would like to be on the show, DM me at either the Discord one or at the Twitter X uh, link, because I'm pretty sure you can get there. And if you don't have an account at one or the other, just try one or the other, or leave a comment. Leave a comment. I'll get back to you. I've been thinking about like leaving my like a extra email, not my main email, but a side email, so that people could, because email is like one of the easiest entryways in. It's just all the spam and all that stuff. So it's one of those things like you're meh. But I want to give people opportunity to just come on, whether they're big or small. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Big or small. I don't care. Let's have a conversation. Let's get boogie with it. Let's make the rain dance or rain. Oh, we'll have to figure that one out later. But yeah, so down there, Rumble, YouTube, Discord. Of course, I'm on Rumble, but YouTube as well under the same username. Discord under the same username. The fan account is under @Vermouth, VERAMOUTHE on Twitter X. Now, I may go on for a little longer because, again, this was more about my view of content creation. I've probably just rambled and talked about the same thing over again. I apologize. But, that's what having a conversation is. Sometimes you go in circles like, didn't we just talk about this 2 hours ago? Oh my gosh, you're right. It's like a paradox, bro. No, that's not how that works. That's not a paradox. What? So I may go for a few minutes, but yeah, find me at those places. Leave a like, comment, or follow on either YouTube or Rumble or Twitter X. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter whichever one you choose. How many of those things you choose. One or the other is fine, or all three. Doesn't matter. Leaving something to show some form of support is greater than silence. Because silence can be a deadly killer. In the sense of like, those assassins who are always quiet and they just kind of sneak up on you, just, you know. Um, but yeah, it can be amazing. It can be amazing time. So, I feel like I should blow my nose, but I'll do that once I'm off. Yeah, if I talk too much, there's a buildup in my nasal, and it just feels like, feel like huffing like a pig or something. At the end of the show, I will be doing impersonations of animals, and people saying, "Can you do an ostrich?" Lots of lurkers. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Lurkers are fine. It's just whether I'm on or off. Showing a little support doesn't hurt. You could do it while I'm not looking. I'll hide my eyes. You can do it. If you want to show support, you could do it now. I can't see you. And maybe there won't be a name, or maybe they will. But just give you a few seconds. You can support however you want, and we'll get back to it. Yeah. Okay, let's get back to it. you just you have someone do that. I'm not paying for I'm not gonna beg for support, but I do say it every time that because support does help reach. Like reach helps other people see to come on to have a conversation, and then that gives more reach and more reach, and that's what I'm trying to aim for. Is more and more reach, and it's not an easy thing, but I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it. Money and followers are a bonus to this whole ordeal of having a conversation with lots of people about different things, about personal matters if they want to. But that would be funny if you just that'd be funny if you just had someone look away. It's like, look, guys, look, I can't see you if you want to support. I can't see you if you're a lurker and shy. I can't see you. I'm not looking at the screen. If you want to leave something under the door, that's fine too. Just do it. Just do it. I can't see you. I don't know what you're looking like. Tom, is that you? No. That'd be so funny. I may have to do that do that another time. Like, guys, I can't see you, even though there's sunglasses. I can't see you. So if you want to leave support, if you want to leave support, do it now. I can't see you at all. Who was that? I heard that. Is that Jimmy? Was that you? Jimmy, you better not be doing it again. I heard you trolling the last time. Oh man, you gotta have fun with it. You gotta have fun with it. But that's what I do. But I can follow. No one needs to know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Oh, that someone liked my post, but it doesn't say a name. Oh, okay. welcome, welcome to Rumble, where every like and every follow is just as anonymous as the person leaving a comment. and sorry, my mouth's a little dry, but that'd be so funny. Like I can't see you. I can't see you. Oh man, this I'm gonna have fun with this too much. Even if I laugh and people are like, oh, he's doing this again. Hey, you've been laughing for the past 5 minutes. Can you get over with? We'd like to get on with the show. It's like, this is the show. This is the show. This is, and then you start singing that. What is it? You start singing that song from was it Lamb Chop, right? Like, this is a song that never ends, and people are like, no, Lord, please don't sing it. This is the song that never ends. It goes on and on, my friends. That's all I remember. I think it was like it start no, friends started singing it, not knowing what it was. I don't remember the words after that. So just because of this song that never ends. Yeah, I remember watching Lamb Chop when I was a kid, and I believe the original ventriloquist and Lamb Chop appeared on Nanny. So if you ever want to go see what she looks like, well, I mean, technically you can see what she looked like on the show, but I digress. You just have someone sing that for like an hour, and people are coming out. It's like, what the hell's going on here? And it's like an hour comes up. Like, okay, guys, we'll stop singing a song forever just because it is a song. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's what I thought it was. I wasn't sure, and they continued singing it forever just because. Okay, those were the words I was missing. Those were the words I was missing. Thank you for that. But yeah, it's like after an hour, you're like, okay, guys, follow me here on these channels and platforms. Who wants to go for another hour? Because what was it? Mr. Beast built his channel by just counting to 1,000,000. And I'm just like, how could you remember after a certain point how what number you're at? Because it's like 100,569, 1,500. No wait, 1,005, 105,670. No, 105,000. See, I'd get messed up. That'd be rough. That'd be rough trying to count to 1,000,000. I'd be like, let's just skip all that and count to sextillion. 2 years later, oh, trillion. I couldn't. I couldn't do it. That would be too much. That would be too much. So, oh man, but it has been a fun. I've been a bit rambly, but it has been a bit fun, and I hope you had at least a bit fun too. If you can't laugh at the silly things in life, or just silly instances that appear out of nowhere, and you're just like, bleh, then you can't have fun with it. And I want to have fun with this because it gets boring. For me, it gets boring. Listen to the same YouTube commentator talk about the same news piece that's been dissected by 50 other people behind it. And while, yes, I can add my own opinion to it, I like to talk about something that no one's talking about now. Like I had mentioned in the past, like Tickle Me Elmo. Stuff like that. I mean, it's just like, Beanie Babies, whatever, or the beginning of the telephone by Alexander Graham Bell, or the beginning of the cell phone by what's that dude who saw that one episode of Star Trek. It is just there's so much to talk about, and while we keep talking about what the future, we could talk about like I don't know, like these concept cards. Why aren't they selling these goddamn concept cards? I really would like to get a concept car. I'd like to get something that looks cool, not something that looks bland and the same cardboard cutout as the other three behind it. Give me a concept car I can get behind or in. And of course safety and speed and all that stuff. I'm sure there'll be the aerodynamics that plays into it. But give me a concept car I can buy. Like look at the DeLorean. At least that was something. But there's just not a concept like car out there that's worth getting. It's all just cookie cutter cars. Ooh, the triple C, the cookie cutter cars. Welcome to Bob's Car Dealership. We're here selling the cookie cutter cars. Yeah, that one looks like cookie dough. That one looks like raisin, oatmeal raisin. We don't talk about that. He's the ugly cousin. Here's the M&M burst. Oh, that's a lot of M&Ms, but we can't say M&Ms because of copyright. Um, Here is the yogurt almonds. Don't ask. We don't know what happened there. You have a car. You have a car that's built by a company called the Cookie Cutter Cars. You have a type of instead of like sedan or coupe or whatever, you just have it called you have it called oatmeal raisin, chocolate chip. You just have these different cookie names. You have different cookie names for cars, and and it's oh man, I tell you what, that'll change the whole car spiel in a minute. Forget it. They don't have to look like a cookie, but give them something else. Give them something new. Give them something to chew on. And some cookies you have to chew on or bite down and break your teeth. Ugh. Ugh. I've had some cookies in my life, and thank goodness they didn't break any teeth. But man, some cookies get hard. Ugh. I can't have too many cookies anymore because those reasons. Even though I want them, I want a Chips Ahoy so bad. But if you were to look at the ingredients of a Chips Ahoy, you'd be saying like, uh, look, I don't want to die anytime soon, but that thing looks like it's about to kill me with all those ingredients. Like having a homemade cookie, there's so many less ingredients in a homemade cookie that man, you're better off with that. So anyway, it is time to say goodnight. I hope I see you all again Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. I will be on with the lovely Jess, or Waifu Kron, as the other name she goes by, or Surly Durly on her Twitter X, I believe. I have to get her links. But yeah, come join, come hang out. Maybe you can ask her a question. Maybe you can, call her a bonk nose. I don't do that. But I mean, come join in the conversation of it, because you too, Happy Mars, and thank you for that. First person ever to donate to me. That's a gentleman right there. Um, but he changed the night, man. He changed the night, and all with $2. That's how powerful it can be. By the way, 9 p.m. Eastern with Jess. I can't set up a link video to it yet because Rumble has this thing where you only get set up 24 hours in advance. And since it'll be at 9 p.m., I have to wait till 9 p.m. tomorrow to set up for it, which is kind of ridiculous. That stuff shouldn't be the case. Rumble, give me a week in advance. If you can give everyone a week in advance for scheduling their live stream, forget about it. Forget about it. So anyway, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, gonna be almost early Durley. I will try to be better and have her description links when she gives them to me, and when I can set up the scheduling that video. But again, thank you all. See you all next time. And remember, tomorrow is another day.